Welcome back to the course on Human Resources Management. My name is Aradhana Malik. I've been helping you with the course till now. We've discussed a whole bunch of things in Human Resources Management. We've talked about what HRM is, how you apply it, different training and development methods. We talked about compensation in the last lecture. Today we are going to talk about pay systems. One thing that I must revise is one, what is compensation, and then the let's go back to this. Compensation, total compensation. Compensation means how we reward or what we give to our employees in turn for what, or in return for the work that they do for us, in return for the inputs that they provide to the organization. That is what compensation means. Now, how do we calculate compensation? Total compensation equals base compensation, which is the basic salary, plus the pay systems, the pay incentives, plus added benefits we give to them or added rewards we give to them for performing better than their peers, and benefits, the perquisites, the non-monetary methods of making their lives more comfortable are classified as benefits. So, that is what total compensation is. Okay, so we defined all these terms. We talked about perquisites. Perquisites are different types of perks. So, if you're part of a community like an institute of higher education like the IITs, it's a large organization with several thousand employees and students and everybody. So, we stay on campus, we have very nice housing facilities, we have our own hospital, our own market. So, these are the perquisites that we have. I mean, these are conveniences, plus because we are on the job 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we have a vacation time, we also get leave travel concessions. So, all of these are the perks, as we call them, which is the full form of which is perquisites. Then as we talked about it yesterday, if you're in an organization that makes something, that manufactures something, they'll give you those things for free if they are of use to you. So, those are all the perks. Then the other thing I want to revise is excuse me, equity. Equity means the sense of fairness that we have. Are we getting paid enough? Am I getting what am I being compensated enough? Am I being compensated appropriately? Is the organization that I am working for recognizing my work? So, that is the fairness, the sense of justice in our minds, and that is called equity. Is the amount of input from my side or the output that the organization sees from me equal or equitable or fair in terms of, or balanced with what the organization is giving me for it. Okay. So, is there some sort of a balance, some sort of a fairness about whatever I am putting in to the organization that they can see, and whatever they are giving to me in return for it? Are these two appropriately balanced? And that is what equity means. Alright. So, we talked about different kinds of equity. We talked about fair pay. We also talked about the different criteria for developing a compensation plan. Compensation is all that the organization gives me. It's money, it is services, it is benefits, it's additional things that I get from the organization. All of that qualifies as compensation. And pay, salary, refers to the monetary compensation, the money part of the compensation that I get for whatever I do. Okay, so we discussed some criteria for developing a plan of compensation. We also talked about some models that we can use to ensure that the compensation seems fair both to the organization and to us. And we talked about balancing equity. I gave you a question that you could discuss in class with your friends. No right or wrong answers, but it will just, the purpose of this question is to stimulate critical thinking, is to stimulate futuristic thinking, is to stimulate you to find out how many possibilities there could be and what their advantages and disadvantages could be. Okay. We also talked about strategic integration of compensation plans and business plans, and this is something that I would like to reinforce through this class. I know the time is limited, I'm revising things, but business plan for any organization is a plan that the organization, that a for-profit business organization has in order to make a certain amount of profit. They know how much they are putting in terms of money, resources, time, and whatever they are aiming for should be, they want to get more of these things out at the end of that activity. That is how profit is defined. Profit is the positive difference between output and input. If your output is more than your input, then you made a profit on it. So, when we talk about a business plan, we are essentially talking about getting more out of the organization in terms of whatever, money, the energy, efficiency, reputation, whatever. So, when we talk about a business plan, we are talking about how we can achieve those profits, and when we talk about a compensation plan, we are talking about what we give to our employees in return for their services, and at the end we want our the business plan and compensation plan tied together in a manner that it helps us achieve the maximum amount of profit. We should not pay our salaries, we need to look after our employees, but we can't pay them so much that we don't make any monetary profit out of our organization. We don't get a large amount of money by selling whatever we are creating. It could be a product, it could be a service, so whatever. At the same time, the compensation that we give to our employees should not be very less, so they don't work for us, they go to other organizations. They should not feel that the organization is being unfair to them. They'll say, okay, you are making so much money, why can't I get a percentage of it? So, there has to be some sort of balance, some ratio. Employees understand that the organization needs to make a lot of money. It shouldn't be too little so that the organization doesn't survive. It shouldn't be too much so that the organization's employees don't feel slighted or treated unfairly, and that is what this whole strategic integration means. Okay, we need to get commitment from our employees. We also need to get them to be able to work in a manner so that we end up getting profits out of whatever they do. Today we are going to talk about the pay systems, same sources. Overview of pay system mechanics. Pay system mechanics deal with how pay systems are designed, what goes into helping them function. So, in order to have pay systems function, we need to keep our job descriptions updated. Now, we talked about job descriptions in a previous class. A job description is a detailed explanation of what a particular activity requires. Okay, how a particular activity is done, that is what a job description is. We need to, and these job descriptions evolve with time, with the demands of the industry, with the needs of the employees, and we need to keep these job descriptions updated. We need to see what is going in, because we may say that an employee has to do X, but something else comes in and the employee is required to do Y also. I'll give you an example from my own profession. When we join an institute of higher education, we are told that our primary responsibilities are teaching and research. So, we teach in class and we produce some knowledge that contributes to the evolution of the discipline we are a part of. And we have administrators, and slowly as we become part of the organization, we either take on more administrative responsibilities or we are given administrative responsibilities, because either our role, our involvement in the lives of the students changes, or we are required to help in the evolution of the department or the institute, and so in order to do that, based on our expertise and our experience in different areas, or because there are fewer people who can do this, the responsibility comes to us in terms of supervising, and eventually we end up doing everything. It's not part of our job description, it's just occasional administrative responsibility. Some organizations write that, some don't. but that occasionality changes. So over time, when we see that initially teaching was only teaching, then research was added to it, so it was teaching and research maybe, and then slowly autonomous institutes said no, you need to have administrative responsibilities also. In traditional university systems you have separate administrators, so but here everybody is sort of, we are doing everything. So and again it varies from organization to organization, things change with the needs of the industry, and thereby resulting in a change of the job description that one does. Okay, purposes are identification of important characteristics of each job so that the relative worth of the jobs can be determined. Different jobs start occupying a different meaning different things. For example, in a business school, administration is just as important as teaching, and that is just as important as research. Maybe in a purely research based organization or a research based department in a university, administration may not be so important. For us as business school teachers, getting our students placed, making sure our rankings are on top is just as important as the rest of the work is. Maybe for a theoretical scientist that may not be the case. Placement will happen eventually. For a business school, if placement doesn't happen, your rankings go down and your school could be shut down tomorrow. So it changes. Okay, and depending on the needs of the industry, things sort of take on a different shape, and so this job becomes more important. Identification and definition and weighing of compensable factors. We talked about compensable factors as those aspects of any job that, or those aspects of our inputs to any job that are to be compensated. For example, if you have the ability to stay awake for longer hours and be productive for longer hours, and you have a lot of physical strength, now you have these two skills that you can contribute to your organization. But if you are in the service industry, your ability to work efficiently under stress for long periods of time, or if you are in the medical profession, for example, if you are a doctor, your ability to work for longer hours, work efficiently for longer hours, and do with very little sleep time may be of a lot of value to the organization. But your ability to lift heavy things is of no value. You may bring it to the job, but the organization doesn't need it, so they will not compensate you for it. They will compensate you for working efficiently for longer periods of time. Similarly, if you are working on the shop floor in the manufacturing industry, then you are required to lift heavy things, you are required to walk, you are required to do a lot of things. Or if you are a tourist guide, for example, you are required to walk for sometimes miles and miles, showing people the same thing again and again, and physical strength required to walk for that much time could be more important than staying awake till late hours. Why? Because the shop floor would, in a factory, would probably close at 5 o'clock. You get to go home at 5 o'clock. So even if you are able to stay awake till maybe 2 a.m., it's of no value to the organization. A tourist guide showing people monuments that shut down at 5 o'clock may be able to stay awake till 1 or 2 in the night, and may be able to get up at 4 in the morning again and start doing things. But this person cannot report to his or her job till about 9 in the morning or 10 in the morning. So what is the organization going to do with this ability to stay awake and be efficient for all this time? So even though the ability is there, the organization doesn't need it, and they will not compensate you for it. This is what is meant by compensable factors, and it's very important that we keep updating the compensable factors for each job. Why? Because the job description is going to change with a change in the political environment, economic environment, requirements of the job, culture of the organization, etc. We also need to take into account the job evaluation method. The method of evaluation of different jobs, we'll talk about these a little later. We also have pay surveys. We survey how the industry is paying different employees for the kinds of work they do, and so by doing these surveys we are able to benchmark jobs. We'll talk about benchmarking a little later. So that is what pay surveys do. They help us benchmark jobs, they help us stay in touch with the market trends. We also have a pay structure. How do we decide who gets how much salary? How do we decide how to group people into the same category? For example, in my profession, how do we decide who becomes an assistant professor and who becomes an associate professor and who becomes a full professor? So there are certain defining criteria. If you come with these qualifications and if this is your output, you're going to be assistant professor. If you want to move on to the next level, you must fulfill criteria A, B, C, D and E, and then you will compete with others through an open competition who have achieved what you have achieved in your role as assistant professor, and then we will choose the best candidate and put her or him in the position of associate professor. So the jump at that point is bigger. But the pay structure is determined in such a way that your output becomes a function of how much salary you get, and if you are able to generate a lot more output, then you can become eligible to compete for the next level of the salary structure, which is again made more tangible and more appealing by a different designation that is assigned to it. Okay. Traditional job based compensation model includes traditionally the compensation was decided or has been decided on what you give to the organization. So this is a function of the characteristics of the job, how the job is defined, the compensable factors as I explained to you, what the organization pays you for, what kind of output does the organization pay you for, job evaluation to rate the relative worth of jobs, which of these jobs is more important, which is less important, what is what can you do without, what can you not do without, job hierarchy, again the prioritization of different jobs within a large setup, the pay rates attached, pay rates in the organization, in the industry to attach pay rates in jobs, the pay structures that you decide to classify jobs by grade levels. For example, we are all, we have a large number of assistant professors, but all of us do not get the same salary. Depends on the number of years we've served in the organization. In some organizations, it is also determined by the output you have in terms of number of research papers you publish, where you publish, how many students graduate with a PhD under you, how many consulting projects you bring in. So all of that determines how much salary you get. So these are classified. You're in the same grade, but even there are different classifications. Okay, assignment of individual pay within a range for each job. So within assistant professors, who gets what, the range is decided that an assistant professor will get anywhere between X to Y, but then within that also how much do you get depends on your output, and that depends on how the organization perceives your output. And this is the way traditionally compensation plans have been decided. They take all of these things into account. What are the different policy issues affecting job evaluation? How do we evaluate our jobs? The first one is, how does the management perceive differences in between jobs? So for example, Mr. Ratan Tata decided to build a car. A concept was, somebody came out with a concept of replacing families on two-wheelers with an alternative affordable method of transport. So Mr. Ratan Tata decided that there should be a car, small, but that should be able to accommodate a family, that should be safer than the manner in which people use two-wheelers in India. The whole family, 4 or 5 people on one two-wheeler, very dangerous for the family and very, very dangerous for other motorists on the same road. One person comes up with a concept, gets other stakeholders to agree to the concept, divides up the work. Somebody is designing the car, somebody is designing the economic feasibility of the car, somebody is designing the sturdiness of the car, somebody is figuring out how to sell the car to the target customers, etc. And then those people break it up into different parts. So the person designing the car, for example, may ask his or her team to decide, or may assign the task of designing the doors to one person, and the interiors to another person, and the engine to the third person, and the boot to another person, and the so so how the design is split up, and then these people will finally, they will maybe have their own team of personnel working on how the shapes are made, and what type of fiberglass to use for maybe some knobs within the car, what kind of music system to put in the car, and all of these people will be coordinating with different people. Now the person who originally came up with the concept of Tata Nano knows that all this is happening, but may not be in touch with each of these different people, and may not realize which of these jobs is more important than the other, and may not know how these jobs are prioritized at the lower levels. So these differences need to be communicated, they need to be understood, they need to be perceived, and somebody of course must be briefing him, but still. So how do you decide which jobs are, how the job of designing a door handle, for example, is different from the job of designing a bumper for the car, and how is that different from the job of designing the back seat of the car, and which of these is more important than the other, and how people are to be compensated. And then ability to communicate these differences to convincingly to employees. For example, if the person who designs different parts of the engine gets paid more than the person who designs the interiors of the car, then you have to convince them that, look, so and so's job is more important for the smooth functioning of the car. It may matter what the interiors look like, but what matters more is whether the car will run or not. Okay, I am just giving you an example, and the people have to realize, what is more important. So these differences have to be communicated to the different employees, and employees have to be convinced about it. That is what we mean by equity, which is what we talked about in the previous class, and the current and future stability of jobs. Now stability of jobs, for example, in the technology industry is very less. I don't know how many of you who are taking this course are from a pre-internet generation. I grew up without the internet till my, the first time I saw used the internet was, when I was past the age of 24 or 25, and till then, I mean, we had no idea of what the internet was and what it could do, and we've seen the internet evolve from a method of connecting people over the computer to doing a whole bunch of things. My master's thesis was handwritten. I hand wrote research papers by going to 6 or 7 different libraries in 4 different cities. Photocopying was very expensive and very difficult to get, so we would just sit in the library and note down paper after paper, and then they get out the information. Now what do? I type in 4 keywords and I get maybe 1 million responses, maybe 10, 20, 30 lakh responses that directly tie in with that. So we've seen this transition, and a very classic example of an outdated technology is the floppy disk. It came and went. VCRs, video cassette recorders, we were kids when the VCRs came in, and we said, oh great, you can actually record something, and then there is this handheld handycam, huge thing, and you can record things. And we had audio cassettes, and they would, the tape would come out, and we would stick a pencil in, and we would wrap those things, and they came and went. And my father's generation, they've seen these things come, and they saw a time before this, and for them audio cassettes were a novelty. Now we have a whole big box of audio cassettes lying at home, and we don't know what to do with them, and we've got very classic music on them. So these are the industries that get replaced. And CDs, many of you may have seen the CD industry come and go, floppy disk industry come and go. The actual floppies, the 3.5 inch floppy disk, I think it was in the market for maybe 4 or 5 years at the most, maybe 10 years. But now, do you ever, are computers even being built to accommodate that kind of technology? I doubt it. I don't think we have drivers for those floppy disks. So if you have a floppy disk, it's of no use to you, and the actual floppy disk that flopped has really flopped. So I mean, not flopped, but it's just outdated because technology has developed so fast. That is what we mean by future stability of jobs. Then we talk about consistency of job evaluation. How do we evaluate jobs? Jobs should be evaluated in a very consistent manner. Different jobs need to be compensated for in a consistent, standardized manner, so people feel that they are being treated fairly. How do we link internal pay relationships to market data? We benchmark our jobs. Okay, we find out what similar jobs are being, how people doing similar kind of jobs are being paid, and we compensate them for that, and we say, okay, this is the minimum that we will give to our employees. Then we have relevant labor markets. So we have labor market is what is happening in the industry outside of our organization, and we need an assurance of an accurate job match. We need to find out whether the kind of jobs that are being carried out in our organization are similar to something that is being done in another organization, and how accurate these matches are. And then we also have at-risk forms of pay, some of which are based on individual performance and some on the profitability of the organization. For example, the commissions you earn as salespersons, or the employee stock ownership plans. And with ESOPs, if the condition is that if the employees stocks go up, great, you get a profit, but if they go down, you lose, and that's unfortunate, and many people have lost a lot of money through these ESOPs. So that's an at-risk form of pay. It seems very appealing, but if for some reason your organization is not doing well, then you stand to lose. How do you develop a pay structure? Jobs of the same general value need to be clustered into the same pay grade, and conversely, jobs that clearly differ in value should be in different pay grades. There should be a smooth progression of point grouping. So the transition between, say, assistant professors at various levels should not be a factor of maybe 500, could be a factor of 1 or 2 or 5 or 10, but not more than that, depending, of course, this is a relative thing, or maybe doctors at the same level or whatever. So I'm sure you get the idea that it shouldn't be a sudden jump, it should be a smooth progression, and people should know how they can get the next higher level of pay. New system should fit realistically into the existing allocation of the company. So whatever you have should be taking into account whatever you're trying to implement should be taking into account whatever is there, so it doesn't seem like something totally different. Pay grades should conform reasonably well to pay patterns in relevant markets. Again, we are talking about external equity. Compensation tools, we have job-based approaches and we have a skill-based approach. Job-based approach is a holistic approach to the kind of job you do. Skill-based approach deals specifically with the kinds of skills you bring to the table. So you are paid for the skills you bring, not for the output. Job-based approach is for the output. It refers to to compensating you for the output as a whole, and skill-based approach compensates you for your ability to do something. We'll deal with this a little later. And pay and incentive systems, we have a trust gap. When we talk about pay and incentive systems, trust gap occurs as a result of disparity in the incentives between top management, middle management and frontline workers, dwindling confidence in the confidence of top management. So there is an element of mistrust. Some challenges posed by the trust gap are: one, employees feel that we may be treated unfairly. There are predictable consequences of the trust gap, and there are strategies to deal with the trust gap. So these are some of the challenges. Some changing philosophies regarding pay systems are the increased willingness to reduce the size of the workforce and to restrict pay to control the cost of wages, salaries, etc. Money is becoming increasingly important, so we are changing the manner in which we pay our employees, and the number of people employed in organizations is coming down, and people are increasingly willing to do that. There is less concern with pay position relative to that of competitors, and more concern with what the company can afford. We are not so much concerned with the labor market. We are saying, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do, take it or leave it. implementation of programs to encourage and reward performance. So if you do more, you get more. If you do less, you get less, and that is called the concept of variable play. And we will discuss changing salary administration systems and components and objectives of organizational reward systems, and the alternatives to pay systems based on job evaluation in the next class, and we'll move on to reward systems per se in the next class, and hopefully we'll finish all that in 30 minutes that will be awarded to us. It's becoming difficult, but we'll try. So thank you for listening, and I look forward to the next session on reward systems with you. Thank you.